Hey everybody, we're back with another gameplay slash review. We're going to be in the Tier 7 Russian Premium Battleship, Lenin. I like Russian battleships, so it was worth it for me to purchase this one. Mikhail Kedrov is my commander. As you can see, with my consumable choices, with the right choices in Kedrov's skill tree, you can end up with 5 damage controls and 4 repair parties and 4 planes. I don't really like the other choices in that third slot. The spotting plane, quite frankly, it doesn't have a long enough duration. I think it's one of the most worthless consumables out there. Secondaries on this ship are particularly not useful, as that little section of the stern, the ski ramp looking part, there's no coverage by the secondaries there. So in theory, a destroyer could get in your blind spot and do whatever he wanted to you, and you would just have to try to maneuver to get your secondaries on target, and then he would probably torp you. So with the Lenin and all other ships that have forward guns only, like the Dunkirky, the Richelieu, the Jean Bart, you really don't want to show your side. All Russian battleships, you don't want to show your side. You want to keep your bow towards the enemy. And really, the Lenin is, I guess, a great example of that. You can have tremendous games in the Lenin when you have a good spawn point, when you can control your engagements, which I tried to do in this map. Um, and I'll just say, right as we get started here, this isn't the best game I've ever had. The best game I've ever had in the Lenin, I had 220k damage. This game won't approach that. Um, but I still like this game. First, I didn't record the other game um, because I didn't have recording stuff back then. But this game, I think, is a good example of taking what you can get, playing within the Lenin's envelope of what it can do. So here you have a Richelieu. I just mentioned it's one of the ships with front guns only. I did not lead him enough there. He's showing me his flat broadside. I should have citadeled the heck out of him. I have no idea why he thought sailing broadside of the enemy was a good idea. That's literally how to go back to the port in that ship, the Nelson, in any ship that has forward-facing guns. You never want to show broadside. So that salvo made him pay a little bit. We're up to 30,000 damage. And as you can see, he finally turns his bow. Originally here, I was going to turn more to the left, try to get all 3 guns on target, and I decided that might not be the best course of action, so I just settled for 2 and didn't do a whole lot of damage there. Maybe I could have waited a little longer or aimed into the superstructure, but um, I believe they don't have any hit points allocated to the superstructure, so I don't like to do that. I was trying to aim to the bow, and I guess I didn't lead him enough there, and I probably didn't lead him enough there, but at least I did some damage, and he basically just gets frittered to death for everybody. Now, there's still a destroyer out there. Um, as you can see, I want to go after the Colorado. I went full speed ahead. There's a spotting plane. I'm not sure if that's him or the destroyer, but here come the torpedoes. And the great thing is in the Lenin, you can't do anything fast. You can't go forward fast. You can't go backwards fast. You can't turn fast. You can't reload fast. So I don't know if he thought we were all going to just go full speed ahead after the Richelieu, but that's a big swing and a miss. And I believe it's an Akatsuki, so I consider that just fortunate that he let those go. Now here's the Iowa. The Iowa's probably shooting at someone else. I don't know. His turrets look like they're aimed over here. He's showing flat broadside. I mean, it's just astonishing to me between him and the Richelieu that these guys thought that was a good idea or didn't think they would get hit really hard by that. So he gave us the broadside. I gave him the Citadel. Here's the destroyer, the fantastic. Oh, sorry, Le Fantastique. It's seventh grade French I was bragging about in my last video. I don't really want to shoot at him. I'm looking at other options. Everybody's either backing up, not giving me a good profile, or they're behind islands. So I am going to shoot at him. I do get penetration. I've noticed that in the Lenin, you don't have to switch to HE. You can damage destroyers, especially the bigger destroyers, without having to switch to high explosive. Now I'm looking at the New Orleans here. This is a juicy target, and I'm sure he's not thinking about me. He's going to give me full broadside. I'm going to give a spaced salvo, and that's a devastating strike for our first kill. And I will take it. And we're at 80,000 damage, so I feel pretty good right now. And I believe the next thing that's going to happen, because I'm very cognizant of the destroyer, he's going to come back out. Now, I don't believe this person is using a full camo build. He's probably not. Either doesn't have a Bueno or he's not using a full concealment build on a Bueno. Because I have the Fantastique, and I think you can get it lower than that. So he launched some torpedoes. It appears to be a relatively tight spread. I'm very leery of showing my broadside to this Colorado, but I can't help it. So I do take one torpedo, which doesn't really do a lot of damage. And I am shooting at the Colorado, but I'm worried about him shooting at me. I mean, that's some pretty good damage there. 17,000. So I'm going full speed ahead now to try to get the island in between me and him. I guess if I had paid attention, I would have saw his guns were the other way. But I really want to get a flat broadside on him or the Nelson. This is why I came around the corner, because the Nelson is like it's like a big marshmallow. As one of my clan mates on World of Tanks described the TOG as the XP pinata. I mean, that's basically what the Nelson is. The Nelson's an XP pinata. And here I make a dumb mistake of not aiming higher. So his bow took a lot of that salvo, which frankly surprised me a little bit that he could bounce that. And I really want to get broadside in this Colorado, but he backs up behind the island, so I can't. So the Nelson's bow on, and so the only thing left is the Iowa, who helpfully stuck his nose out, and I give him a double, and that is our third kill. All right, so I'm looking at the Nelson. I know the Colorado's over there. I've got another teammate right here next to me. There's a Helena, 13K away. That's when the dispersion of this battery starts to get crazy. But I can't really shoot at them right now, so I'm going to take a speculative shot here over the island. I think he probably stopped right there, which is why I don't get a satisfying result, although I do get a Confederate medal out of that for damaging our 6th different ship. So the Nelson is turning here, and I'm hoping he turns a little bit more. Close enough. He gave up way too much broadside. He's dead. Kill number 4. Up over 100,000. we're having a good day. And I'm going to do something here that was pretty dumb. As you can see, that slanted tail section allowed my teammate to cross behind me without running into me. So I'm angling for all three turrets here, and I over angle, and he hits me. And I hit him and get the high caliber, but he's going to hit me again right here in the bow. Good shot, guy. And that's where I was trying to shoot that Richelieu earlier. So that wasn't very well played on my part. But as it's not really a vital part of the ship, I think there's only so much damage you can do there. Now I'm trying to aim up here into the superstructure, but the Massachusetts gets the damage and gets the kill. So all that's left is the Helena. Coming up here, I'm going to get mad at our destroyer, who hasn't really done a whole lot, at least according to the scoreboard. This game, essentially, all I wanted to do is spot the Helena. And so I'm going to be crying about that here on the comm channel. I mean, not on game comms. I don't do game comms. But I'm going to be, messaging him like, hey, help me out. Where's the bad guy at? Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's worried about being seen or something, but I think the Helena is probably more worried about getting torped by him. So I just felt that he could have done more here, moved over more. So summing up the game at this point, we've got 152k damage, we've got 4 kills, we've got 3 citadels, a couple of fires, a couple of captures of different sorts, a couple flags defended, 23 secondary hits, 66, 68 main battery hits. I'd say it's a pretty good game. We still got 1 heal left over, 3 damage cons left over, so that's definitely good. Anytime you're at the end of the game in a Lenin or any Russian battleship and you have damage cons left over, you're doing all right. So really, this is just going to be about whoever can get the last shot in on the Helena. But I really like the Lenin a lot. I think it's worth the money if you like this style of play, if you like Russian battleships like I do. I wouldn't advise up close sprawling. You'll get outmaneuvered and they'll get to your side. And as you'll see coming up here, why this isn't a great ship for range. Now he's 16 kilometers away and closing a little bit. And I'm going to send a double salvo his way. I couldn't send 3 because, as you can see, my front turret's been knocked out by the Colorado. But look at that dispersion. And that's just no good, and he's 16 kilometers away. So basically, if you hit anything outside of 15 kilometers, the lords of RNG were with you. And that's not the engagement range for this ship. So I would say you're looking at 10 to 15. And additionally, I've seen stuff that says it really gets wonky starting at 14. I like being inside 15 to avoid plunging fire. I'm not well versed enough with the armor to tell you if that makes a difference or not with the Russian ships, but I just wouldn't like that. I send another salvo out here, but right then we get all the points to win the game. So I don't know if they hit or missed or it doesn't matter. So we end up at, oh, well, hey, I got some milestones. Get that steel. I want to thank y'all for watching while we're waiting for the scoreboard to come up here. 4 kills, pretty good amount of silver. Top of the board, 4 kills. And hope to see you on the next video. Thanks so much.